What's up, everybody? E-Rod here. I'm gonna give you another haul. It's gonna be a slab haul. Just figured I'd do a little different, get behind the camera. I don't normally do this stuff, so you know, you guys tell me. I got J-Rod Ham here. What's going on, J-Rod? AG Surfer. We have Tats Comics in here, and Murph. What's going on, guys? Hey Murph, that book will go out tomorrow to you. I hope you're happy with the grade. Rags, what's going on, brother? How's everything? So, within the last 3-4 days, it's just been my New York City Comic Con submissions for all the Signature Series books that I had out there came back, and also I had sent 5 books out to CGC to get graded. 2 books from that collection I bought. Just wanted to see how the grades came back, how good I was at my pressing and accuracy. So, with no more fanfare, let's just start off with the books. I'll show you what I got. On the first set of submissions, I got this here, and that was All New Wolverine #1, and this is the Arthur Adams variant, signed by Arthur Adams. Really nice. I like his signature where he placed it there. Got it in gold. So, came back at 9.8. I'm happy with that. Also, book that I was really happy to get signed there. Got the opportunity to meet Walt and Louise Simonson. Just 2 great, creator, writer, artist couple from, the heyday. And they were instrumental in creating Beta Ray Bill, especially Walt Simonson, and this character also, and that's Archangel. So this came back at 9.6, signed by Walt and Louise. Really happy with that book. I think it came out really nice. You guys tell me what you think, but I'm happy with the 9.6s. Joker, what's going on, kid? During the con, J. Scott Campbell was at this con. He usually goes to New York Comic Con. He's only there for like an hour at a time. It's in and out. And then they'll usually have the J. Scott Campbell exclusives there. This year they had 4 covers. 2 of them were only 125 copies per day. And that was cover C and cover D. I think cover C is probably the hot book everybody's jumping on because of the Gwenom thing, but my favorite one was the cover D. So I submitted 2 of the cover C's, the Gwenoms, and 1 of the cover D. And let me show you what I got. So that's the cover C, I believe it is. And I think that came out really nice. Signed in pink there by J. Scott Campbell. Really nice. So, a 9.8 J. Scott Campbell, I'll take it any day. That book right now, pricing out anywhere between $180 and $200 on eBay. Next, I'm going to show you some books that I picked up, that I sent to CGC. Blue Labels, I'm going to be sending to CGC. I just prefer their grading system and everything about them. These books came back in a little under 2 months. My CBCS books were out for 4 months. I just don't have the time to wait for that. And they graded pretty good. I'll go through the books with you just to show you guys here. But I picked up 2 copies of ASM 361 First Carnage. It was a Craigslist find. The lady had listed she had 2 boxes of comics. When I went through, and I've shown them a long time ago in one of my hauls, there were like 4 books that were worth it. I helped her out, showed her what books were halfway sellable, what wasn't. She had gotten an offer for somebody to buy the 1 box of about 150 books, sight unseen, for $150. So I told her to take the money. She was very happy. So she sold me these books. She sold me the 4 books, 2 of them being ASM 361, $5 a piece. So came back at 9.2. Not bad for $5. Good investment. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Joker, the lines for Chase Scott Campbell were ridiculous. I went the second day, I think. I got on his line because I just tried to knock them out. And I got there, and I'm one of those guys that's on the line early and everything. I got there, I was like 50 people deep on the line already. As soon as it opened up, there's just a mad dash to that line. Saturdays, it's insane. It's bedlam. The line runs halfway down the con with people just buying stuff, you know? Got a couple of more people on there. Nerd Vision, what's going on? Thanks for coming out there. CBA, what's going on, brother? Your books are coming along. I hope you like, the way they're being pressed out. Thanks, Rags. I agree. I just for my blue labels, it's gonna be CGC from now on. Next book, I'll show you right now. I picked up from Vince Semper Fi, and it was a book that had been graded, and he cracked it out, or somebody cracked it out, and it was graded a PGX 8.5. And so I worked on the book a little bit, and Vince had said you probably could get a bump in grade if a good pressing. So you guys tell me. Didn't get a bump in grade. It actually got two grades up. So Uncanny X-Men 266. First appearance in Gambit. 9.2. A book that was an 8.5. I'm extremely happy. Oh, JLS, I'm sorry, Jess. I didn't see that. I completely apologize. What's going on, bro? Never skip you, bro. And then last two books that I submitted to CGC. One I picked up in a collection I picked up about 3 years ago. Hadn't graded it, but I knew it wasn't in the best of shape. And then the other one was part of the last 2000 book collection that I picked up. So if you average it out, the books cost me about 30 cents a piece. I'll show you what the grades came back. So for 30 cents and the investment of pressing and slabbing and everything like that, I think these came out pretty good. That's ASM 300, 6.5. Not bad. And most of the issues on these books are in the back. That black cover, a lot of spine ticks on that. That book is actually sold to a fellow New York warrior. So I'll leave that one. I won't reveal who it is. I'll let him put it out on his video. But he scooped that up as soon as I showed the pictures of it. And then the other one, and this is from the most recent collection I picked up, was an ASM 300 and a 7.0. So this one has a possible buyer also. Most of these books here, if you're interested, hit me up. I believe almost all of them except one or two will be available for sale. So, you guys just let me know. Mr. Unknown Comic Guy, what's going on? And then the last book. So now, this is where, what, grading is subjective. I say it all the time. Sometimes you get lucky. I have the next book, I have it in a 9.2. And the difference between my 9.2 and a 9.8 is so minute, it's crazy to think that would knock it down 3 grades. But part of that last collection I put up there was this book there, and super happy to get this back in this grade. But New Mutants number 98, first Deadpool, 9.8. Not bad. I think I did pretty good with that. Gomez, what's going on, kid? How's everything? All right, so then today, my last round of Signature Series books came from CBCS. And I got 9 books. One of them I did for Silos. I got an Iron Fist 13, pressed it out for him, and then I submitted it for him. signed by Chris Claremont and John Byrne. That came back a nice 8.0. Really nice book. So shout out to Silos on that. Good luck with that. Blade, how's it going, brother? Welcome back. Oh, welcome out here. Thanks for coming out. No, Unknown Comics Guy. Disregard that. I didn't press it up from a 9.2. I have a 9.2. I thought that book was going to be a 9.4 after a pressing. That was my opinion. I'm kind of strict on my books, so usually I won't be disappointed that way. I like to grade tighter anyway. That way, you're subjective to the books, and when I sell them, people aren't disappointed. Think that I'm just trying to take advantage of them. So, but it came back at 9.8. So, as you see, grading is subjective. That 9.6 to 9.8, it's such a fine line. I can't imagine what it is that makes them decide what's the difference between a 9, 9, and a 10. All right. First book back from that is this one right here, and that's the Harley Quinn Anniversary Special. This is the Comic Market Street Virgin variant, and I just love this. I love this artist, and that's Natalie Sanders. This is the Virgin variant for it, and Natalie signed it for me right there in that blue ink. It looks really, really nice. If you see that signature of hers, like it a lot. I'm trying to just get the angle. Sorry. There you go. Excuse that. I'm just trying to get this camera right. There we go. So that's her signature. This book is beautiful. So if you like 9.8, Gomez, keep watching. Got some more for you, kid. Next book up. First day of the con. Met up with Manny and the guys. And first thing I did, everybody was shooting for those foil variants. But I had a helper with me, so my son usually comes with me to the con, so I sent him get online to get the foils. I shot over to this guy's line to get a couple of books signed, pick up a couple of prints. This came back 9.8. Supergirl, number 12, and it's signed by Archer. Right there. So, loving that. That came out really, really nice. I spoke before about that Spider-Gwen number 24. I'll show you the one that I like. And that's cover D. And that's it right there. And that came back at 9.8 also. I think it looks really good. I like that cover. I mean, he's mailing it in. All those backdrops are probably computerized stuff. He's not drawing it. But that's a nice cover. I'm a big fan. And I said Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, excuse me. Gwen Stacy. I showed you that Gwenum book before, the cover C. Submitted a second one, and that came back at 9.8 also. So 2 of those bad boys at 9.8. And the funny story with that was that when I went to the CGC booth, they handed me, I asked for 2 of each, and the books they gave me were all finger fucked. I didn't want them. I gave them back. They let me look through a couple. I still didn't feel it were 9.8s. And then I asked for a couple more, and then the lady got irate with me because I told her, she wanted to tell me that I had to move the line along. I was like, well, I'm paying for this. I should have the option of picking out the books that I want. There's only 100 and something here. Let me look through a few, and I'll pick out the 2 copies I want. She told me I was guaranteed a perfect grade. But you know what? I got perfect grades. Persistence. I'm paying $50 a book. Those books are $50 a piece at the con. J. Scott Campbell's not cheap, I'm gonna get what I want. Yeah, I like that Mr. Unknown. I like that Supergirl too. Um, okay, let's go with this one here. This book here, it's been a spec book for me for a while. It's been a spec book for quite a few people. I pick up copies every chance I get, but this was the first opportunity I got to get it signed. And another book that I was in between the 9.6 and 9.8 range there. So I did that. And that's Amazing Spider-Man #4, first appearance of Silk. Really nice, and that book is signed by Humberto Ramos. So very nice. I like that book. I think that book has nothing but, you know, the opportunity to rise up, become a more valuable book. She hits all the parameters that everybody wants in their characters now. And then I got 3 more books, guys, you know, so just bear with me. Hey, Rags, that red ink, I gotta give all props to Amazing Murphinator, because he put me up on those Sharpie paint pens, and those shits are badass, bro. I'll use them every time. You know, Ex-Joker and these guys, they were with us at Neil Adams. Neil Adams couldn't believe when I used that blue. He called it Superman Blue. But they got some badass colors. I mean, they make the books pop. They're really, really nice. If you're into the paint pens, I would suggest you guys invest in them. But, you know, nice. Alright, so 3 more books. And this shout out goes to my man, Manny NYC. Because without his help, this probably wouldn't happen. We were at New York Comic Con day 3, I think it was. I think it was Saturday. And he let me know that DC, they were doing their wristband thing every day. DC at New York Comic Con has wristbands for specific artists. Jim Lee will be signing there, Snyder, Capullo. There usually be like 3 artists. Excuse me, sometimes 4. I believe Tom King did a thing there where he was signing with them this year. But the one that everybody really was looking for. They had Frank Miller, Klaus Janson, John Romita Jr., and Frank Miller. And dude, the line was crazy. I mean, I got there super early and everybody was rushing to the same spot. I don't know the exact number of wristbands that they give out, but I was able to get a wristband. Thanks to Manny, you know, doing the right thing as always, you know. Super cool dude. You guys, you know, everybody knows him, but when you get to hang out with him, that dude is funny as hell. What you see on the videos, it's even better live. You know, he had a lot of laughs, and I had my boy Greg there, and he helped out with everything we did too. So it was a combined effort of the New York Warriors to make sure that we would get Frank Miller. He was the main prerogative for me. I had paid $100 for him at Big Apple, so to be able to get him for free was really, really big. When we get up there to the line, usually it's 3 per, and you can sometimes sneak in 1, you know. But I'm sorry, Spidey Fan posted a video where the artist threw some shade at Spidey Fan just because ink color he selected. You know what? The only person with the ink pens regs that said something to us was John Byrne. John Byrne was telling us, we were trying to get him to sign with the ink pens, and he swore, and I just thought it was John Byrne because he's a little bit crotchety, that he will only sign it with the black. He says the other stuff will bleed through or fade. That makes no sense at all. No sense at all. It's not going to bleed through. If it bleeds through, it would have went through initially, and you would see it right through the cover. Jeff Johnson was with me on the line when he did that, so, you know, there's my witness to that. Other than that, though, most people enjoy it. Like I said, Neil Adams enjoyed it. Natalie Sanders has her own paint pens, and all the other guys were, you know, receptive to it. You know, they're willing, as long as you get them and they're willing to sign wherever you want. Most of the guys were pretty good. I'm just reading that. Excuse me. Spidey Fan is smooth. Gomez, you don't get anything signed, bro. You know what happens though? I didn't get anything signed for a long time either. Now once you get a few things signed, you get the bug it becomes addictive. It's just like collecting slabs or collecting variants. It's just another part of that comic book game that we play that gets you. You know, you all of a sudden you're just hooked on the slabs. My fellow New York Warriors, we're all hooked on those yellow labels now. You know, we're all out there getting them. It's fun. What I've done is I've narrowed it down. I try and get every great artist that I like. I'll try and get at least one book signed by them to just keep in my collection. So I have a Steranko, you know, things like that. I got to get Joe Sinat, but he's coming this way soon. So the Warriors are going to go after Joe Sinat. We're going to go after him hard and try and get some books signed by him. That should be good. You know, he's been doing the circuit. And he's up there in age right now. Yeah, Jeff Johnson's talking about Neil Adams. Hey, I tell you what, you know, a lot of people, when you go to the big cons, Neil Adams isn't the friendliest guy to speak to, but get him at a small venue, dude, he was nothing but fun. He was engaging. He was telling stories about, you know, him in his heyday, being an 18-year-old stud artist, and you know, people trying to recruit him, and you know, just a lot of good stuff that you don't normally get. And I've never seen him interact like that. We were all at a small little shop up in Queens called Royal Collectibles, and it was good. First autograph was free. Every sig after that was $30. He's usually $50 at a big con. So it was just, you know, it was a good day. Yeah, Gomez, you gonna try one? Dude, I'm telling you, try it. Go to a con. Window board your book so that way you make sure that you get the signature where you want it to be signed. That's the key to me. I prefer, I go through that whole book. I have all my paint pens. I'll lay out where I want to get the signature, what color pops off with the other color. So if you saw like that Superman, this one here, you know, I went with the blue, that Superman blue, because she's got all the red there, so it pops with that, bro. It's just that contrast. I think things like that, they look really nice, you know. It's just, you know, I did the same thing with the Ramos, this one here. I went with the red, only because, you know, there's some red up on top, the hint on the Spider-Man stuff, and also where the radioactive spider had bitten Cindy Moon, so I thought that looked good. It's better than just going, you know, the stereotypical black, blue, gold, and black. I do only do, like, if it's a key book, that's an older book, like with my X-Men books, I went with traditional colors on those. I went with the blacks or the blues. I just, book mean too much to me for me to do it with a different color. But these books, eh. So anyway, I'm a little long-winded here today, and I apologize if I'm talking too much. And not giving lessons, just life experiences, bro. We could all learn from each other. You know what? The greatest thing about this community is that you can learn something new from somebody every single day. You know, Silver Age Dave says it all the time. You know, you pick somebody that he's never watched before, watch some videos, and sometimes that guy's got a little bit of wisdom or a little bit of a trick or a tool that, you know, you could use that you might not have thought of, and be like, oh shit, that's a good idea. I like that. You know, I'm always willing to learn. You know, I've been in the game for a long time, but that doesn't mean I can't learn. It's just like with pressing and all of that stuff. I'm always learning. I'm always learning. All right. So anyway, Frank Miller got the wristband at 10 o'clock. Frank Miller signing wasn't until like 3 o'clock. So I had a whole day to kill. Got John Byrne that day too. So it was kind of a hectic day for wristbands and stuff. But, and this is the one I was disappointed in. That's number 2. And that came back at 9.2. I'll tell you what my disappointment with CBCS is. This book in their system, but it is signed there by Frank Miller. All right. In their system, it's still processing, so I can't even see the graders notes on it. That thing is in my house already. How the fuck is that thing processing? You know, I called them up. I asked about the books. They told me that from the process from grading and processing to being shipped, they're delayed at this point. So what they did, they expedited. They did me the favor of expediting this shipment. So if you got any books in the hopper there that have been graded and are in the processing, you know, might want to give them a call, speak to them. I asked to get my graders notes, and they couldn't give them to me because it was still processing. so I never got the greatest notes on that. I want to know why that came out at 9.2 because I thought that was a little higher. But you know what? As good as yeah, window sig, bro. I tell you, that's the way to go. All right, so here's the next one, and this is, I mean, I can't believe this came back like this. Here you go. Wolverine number 3, right? Frank Miller gave that shit a big fat signature on the side there. That's that all black cover. You know that shit is always getting all ticked up and everything else. Book came out 82, 9.8. Super happy to get that one. Super happy to get that one. I had gotten number 1 signed at Big Apple. And like I said, I paid $100 for Miller because at that point Miller was not doing the cons as office as he's been doing now. You know, he's kind of in the circuit now. But back then he was a rarity, and I needed to get him. And that's what happens. Sometimes you're craving for somebody who you haven't seen out there in a long time or hasn't done many shows, and bam, now all of a sudden he gets a taste of the money. He's out on the con circuit. So I'll go with the last one here. And that came back a very acceptable 9.6. That's issue number 4. Also signed by Frank Miller. So very happy. Also with the thing with Miller, there was no window boarding with him. They had you take out the books out of your bags, and he put the sig wherever he wanted, because that wouldn't have been the place that I would have placed him. But I got Wolverine miniseries 1 through 4 now all signed by Frank Miller. That was a goal of mine, so mini goal check accomplished. Super happy to get that. You know. That's it for now. I got a bunch of stuff that I've been purchasing out there now. Quite a few books. I'll probably do a haul during the week just to show you guys everything I got. You know, all raw books. But I wanted to show all these slabs. You know, I think I did pretty good with the slabs. I went 6 for 8 on this last haul with slabs, with a 9.6 and one 9.2. So not too bad. You know, 9.8 New Mutants 98. You know, got a book to bump up 2 grades on the pressing, so not too bad. You know, if you guys ever need anybody interested in any of these slabs, except for the Wolverine slabs right now, those Wolverine slabs will stay in my collection forever. Hit me up. You know, we could talk, work something out. I always try to give people a deal. You know, what I save on eBay goes in your pocket, and we work something out that way. You know, with fees and all of that stuff. If you need anything pressed, also hit me up. Big Bear just did a video. I sent out some books to him, you know, that I pressed for him. He was pretty happy with his results. I'm doing some books for a couple of other guys. Got some books for the New York Warriors. So, you know, everything's going good. John Romita Sr. Luis Martinez does not do conventions. So the way to get John Romita Sr. is, I know New York Comics is the way I got him. They also do Todd McFarlane. And he wasn't that expensive. The story that I was told is that Romita Sr. is, you know, up in age, and I think he's in a wheelchair. He's a very proud man, so he doesn't want people seeing him in the wheelchair. I don't know if that's true or not. But when I got Stan Lee's signature last year's New York Comic Con, New York Comics also does a private signing with him at his house, and they had Romita Sr. signed for me, and I was super happy. I got my Amazing Spider-Man 100. Signed by Stan Lee and Romita, and I liked it a lot. So that's an option. Look up New York Comics. They're reputable. Their response time is pretty good too. You know, you get your books back pretty quick. But those are my slabs, bro. Oh, another thing. Hit 600 subs. So thank you to the whole community. I appreciate that. Trying a little something different. Put my face out there for y'all motherfuckers to see. You know, see this old school fuck right here. Still kicking it, still trying to look young. So probably within a week or so, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of contest I'm going to run. I'll be running 600 sub contest, just a little token of my appreciation to this community. You know, it's a good community. There's a bunch of new YouTubers out there, Hazel Dan and a bunch of other people, you know, just picking up fire. You know, check them all out. You know, the youth bring fire to this. I like check out my boy Gomez. They do him and Rags, who Rags and I were talking before Rags was even doing YouTube videos. Now they're out there and they're spitting knowledge on variants and all the modern shit. You know what? I watch them every time they do their live show. Good show. Maybe I'll go on there as a guest one day, huh? Have an old school guy talking with you new cats there. But till my next haul, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'll talk to you guys later.